Hello everybody, hope you're all doing well. Here we have our main clan, Midnight Legion, coming in first, and C1 CWL. Our other C1 clan coming in first. We have our C2 team coming in first. We have our other C2 team coming in first. And finally, we have our C3 team also coming in first. So huge shout out to all the clanmates for making this possible. Absolutely insane finishes. Stars must have aligned because, yeah, absolutely insane. And here we have the world placement for July CWL. Midnight Legion, main clan, came in 26th in the world for July, and Swens came in 45th. Two teams in the top 50. So awesome job to the clanmates. Very fun CWL this. So now on to some previews of what you're about to see in this video. So here we have a brand new, well, as soon as the spell came out, way to LaLo. Notice 3 Ice Hounds to soak up all of these multi-archer shots so that the Minion Prince can just come in behind these hounds protected. And then he just keeps the Minion Prince behind the hounds with the Rocket Loons. We have a 5 invisibility spell, Deep Fireball in C1. We have Amethyst coming in and hitting Shock from Savage Stars. We have Tuco with a Ice Blocked Furnace Warden Ball attack that also has a RC recall. We have Storm cutting a base in half with the Spirit Charge. This was an absolutely insane attack. We have Sonic using base recognition to take out this Monolith with a Wall Wrecker for a Root Rider attack. We have Eve Maxi, the legendary Eve Maxi, coming in with some Spirit Drags. Notice how he used the haste. And here we have Boomer, and we're going to find out if Boomer went perfect, 7 for 7 in C1 CWL. Will his queen prevail? And that first preview that I did not comment on is this attack. This is an 8 spell space swag using Surgical Ice Golems, a strat I like to call Smiley Swag Killer because it is designed to reduce spells by using Ice Golems. We're essentially freeing up spell space by sending in Ice Golems and letting the strongest hero equipment pairing in the game get as much value as possible. So setting up a Flame Flinger, going to get a bunch of value with the Flame Flinger down here at the bottom left so that I do not have to put invisibility spells over those defenses. So the Flame Flinger and the Warden are working together. Got the Angry Jelly on the Warden, Angry Jelly so that we're just targeting defenses to eliminate as many defenses between the Warden and where I want the Fireball to go, which is in the core, as possible, so that I can use as few invisibility spells as possible to get the Fireball to where I want. Sending in a Headhunter here, quick for this RC. However, you gotta be careful when you send in Headhunters not to pull the enemy clan castle troops. Everything was okay because the BK was over to the left, far away from the clan castle. All the defense is gone, didn't even have to use one invisibility spell. Take out the entire core. So now we drop in our AQ just to the right of the Warden, and we already have a funnel cleared over here at about 2 o'clock, sending in an Ice Golem out in front of the AQ to tank, meeting up the BK with the AQ because we need to use the BK EQ boots to open up the core. But watch this, we're going to get the BK to get hooked on the hook. And when intentionally trying to get the BK hooked, you always want to save ability till when he's pulled to the hook. And look at that. Spiky Ball bounces from the hook to the Monolith, shoots up through the clan castle, the multi-inferno, and then takes out the Town Hall. I would like to say I planned that, but that was one of the luckiest Spiky Balls I've ever had. So now sending in the RC up here at 12. And notice how the RC will be focused on these outside defenses, which is very important because we want maximum hero synergy. So we want AQ with the healers under Warden Rage Gem, keeping her nice and healthy in the core so she can distract for the RC on the outside edge. And where the AQ can't protect the RC, we're sprinkling in Ice Golems. A lot of times we are trying to target ricochet cannons on the outside edge. So yeah, this strat is all about the maximum, the best hero synergy in the game. We have Warden Rage Gem powering our AQ, making her almost invincible, and then we're using Ice Golems to sprinkle in and protect them further. So we are just optimizing the use of our heroes in this strategy. It's a lot of fun. Highly recommend you give it a try, and any thumbnails on my channel that have a smiley face will be this strat, or a version of this strat. And the chat was kind of funny after that attack, so I figured I'd just share a quick little clip of it. Also, that base type is everywhere now, so make sure to have a lot of fun with it when you recognize it in war. So here we have Keezer, and he's coming in with a brand new LaLo he created the day the Ice Block spell came out. And what he's going to be doing is he's bringing in his RC to create a funnel, doing a Spirit Walk. He's going to recall the RC after a funnel has been created, and he is creating a funnel, so that he can push his BK and AQ into the core of the base with a wall wrecker, EQ boots, magic mirror, giant, and he's going to redeploy his RC at the side of his BK and AQ, the side that already has not been funneled, to get a huge hero push so that all three of those heroes can work together as a team and just overtake the base. So look at this nice huge funnel that he's creating with the RC. About to recalls, want to keep the Fox alive, and he's running electric boots on his RC along with rocket spear, and he's using rocket spear so that he can outrange some of these outside defenses when he's trying to create the funnel on the other side of the defenses. So that ricochet cannon just to the left of 12, for example. So coming in, using some Yetis to funnel, got some headhunters for this enemy hero, bringing in the wall wrecker, got the BK out in front tanking for the AQ, also has his ice golem out tanking, using an EQ to soften up some walls, soften up some defenses for the logs from the log launcher. Enemy clan castle comes out, it's a super drag, so he needs to put a poison down. Uses the EQ boots, and look at this core, absolutely wrecked. He's got some Yetis come out, AQ raged, Yetis were temporarily raged, and now in comes the LaLo. Notice he's got 3 hounds, and 3 hounds take and distract all the shots from the multi-archer tower, which shoots 3. It also distracts the air defenses, the scatter shots, enemy heroes, and what he's doing is ice blocking, making these hounds invincible so that his minion prince can come right in behind the hounds and do a nice little ice glide. Notice the rocket loon placement. The rocket loons are sent in from the outside to keep his minion prince in behind the hounds, safe behind the hounds that are ice blocked and made invincible. So an amazing way to do a very tactical minion prince walk, but the minion prince can't walk, so calling it a glide and swagging a bunch of rocket loons at the end. Phenomenal hit, phenomenal strat. I highly recommend you give this a try. Also, there's more replays of that attack on the channel. Just look for new LaLo, and I'll link that in the chat so it's easy to find. So here we have MRC Headshotz from American Bears Headshotz esports team, and he's coming in with his signature rocket loon attack strategy, of which he used to finish 4th global in June Legend League season. He also just created his very own YouTube channel, so make sure to go and check out his YouTube channel if you'd like to learn this attack strategy, and I will be linking that in the comments section. So this is going to be a 5 invis placement fireball into the core to get the crusher mortar, the fire spitters, the scatter shots, the multi-infernos, an absolutely insane high risk, high value fireball in C1 CWL. So he waited for his Angry Jelly effect to wear off so that his Warden would not be targeting only defenses anymore, so that his Warden wouldn't surge into the core, drops 5 invisibility spells, and then absolutely demolishes base with a fireball. Absolutely insane. And the reason that that was possible, that the Warden didn't surge in, is that he left the trash buildings up. So absolutely phenomenal planning. So a lot of times when you're using Angry Jelly, you want to keep some trash buildings so that your Warden doesn't push into the core. Because if he would have eliminated all those trash buildings, when he made all those defenses invisible, his Warden would have pushed into the core, lured CC, and went into way too many defenses to survive. So yeah, whenever you're doing a Warden fireball, running the Angry Jelly, it's always best to save some trash buildings on the outside for when the Angry Jelly effect wears off, so that your Warden doesn't push into the core of the base and die. So now look at this amazing pathing, sending in a Headhunter here to help support his Warden. His Warden's walking from 12 to 3. He's got his AQ and BK doing a nice hero dive from 9 to 6. And yeah, this base is already wrecked. So 5 invisibility spell placement, and that's what also makes his attack insane, because he does not have any more support for invisibility spells. He cannot make his heroes invisible to protect them. Uses BK ability to give access to the Town Hall, and if you notice the spiky ball wrapped all the way around the outside edge, at the beginning of the raid, you can snipe some of these trash buildings on the outside with archers to help funnel spiky ball into the interior of the base. So uses a free spell on the Town Hall, and the multi-gear tower overwhelms everything, absolutely crushes this base. Gonna swag 1 spell and his RC after investing 5 invisibility spells to get the fireball into the core. Absolutely insane attack, especially in C1 CWL, where not many people are taking insane risks like that. So here we have Amethyst coming in and attacking Shock from Savage Stars. He's coming in with the old school Town Hall 15 Hydra, and he's bringing in a blimp with, and he's got loons in this blimp, and he's gonna clone it 3 times into the core, which is absolutely insane. So he clones up all the loons, and let's see how much value these loons get. So the loons took out, I guess they took out this top left interior section. Almost got the Monolith, but not quite. So he's down 9 spell space. Maybe could have got away with using just 1 clone on those loons. And now he's got a lot of base left to go. So he's going to have to do some phenomenal placement with the rest of his troops. Let's use his BK ability. Give his AQ some access. Got the RC coming in, trying to snipe this multi-archer tower. Got the Crusher Mortar trying to kill RC. Luckily the Fox is off to the left of the RC. AQ's coming in. Gonna deal with this enemy Minion Prince. That's crucial. Enemy multi-archer tower is still remaining. Warden's still going. Ricochet Cannon goes down. Tornado Trap is down. And now he's got Phoenix and 1 Dragon left to finish up this raid. So this was an absolutely insane attack, in the fact that this is old school Town Hall 15 Hydra with the cloned loons, which makes it pretty hilarious to watch, because Amethyst is regularly throwing down some insane attacks and very consistent, so it makes me just think that he did this for fun, since, you know, he's attacking Shock. Alright, finishing up the raid, on to Tuco, who's going to be doing an RC Recall, Warden, Furnace, Rocket Loon, Fireball attack. And notice this section right there, all those defenses, he wants to get that with his RC, so he's going to be dropping in a Skeleton spell with an Invisibility spell to trigger the Defending Invisibility spell tower, so that when that wears off, he can send in his RC and get this entire 9 o'clock section. So another crazy thing, while he's doing this Spirit Walk over at 9, he's also got his Warden doing a Warden charge down at 6. So this way he's conserving some time. So just watch this. RC in, doing this Spirit Walk while the Warden charge, and the Warden is facing the enemy AQ, facing an Expo, going to be facing a scatter shot soon, so very insane high level clash knowledge and time management and just knowing what your troops are doing. So recalls RC, RC's gone, that entire 9 o'clock section is gone. He's sending in some rocket loons for that archer tower, and he's removing the archer tower so he can use fewer invisibility spells to target this multi-inferno tower just below the town hall, because he wants to eliminate that entire core section. So just being patient. He's got the fire mites from the furnace helping to clear trash. He's got the Sneezy on the Warden, and since he's running Sneezy on the Warden and there's no trash buildings to keep the Warden safe, he's going to use the ice block spell to freeze the Warden in place when he does the fireball to prevent the Warden from surging into the core. So now he's got the Warden doing his little walk over here. Warden's going to be approaching the town hall soon. On the opposite side, he's sending in the BK with his Archer Queen, and they're going to be responsible for this 12 o'clock compartment and to work their way down. Warden is locked onto the town hall. He's got a super drag come out of the enemy clan castle. Town hall goes down right away. And the crazy thing about this attack strategy that he does not bring a poison spell. He relies on the fire mites from the furnace, and if he needs to, he just drops an invisibility spell. So now sending in the RC. RC's coming in from behind his BK and AQ, and this is for hero synergy. So the RC can benefit from the BK and the AQ tanking, as well as the BK and AQ can benefit from the RC tanking, as well as the RC and the AQ can benefit from the BK tanking, as well as the BK can benefit from the RC and the AQ tanking. So hero synergy, it is phenomenal, and you get the most value, and you can absolutely do insane attack strategies as long as you're mindful of synergy. So sending in his remaining rocket loons, overwhelming the defenses. Rocket loons mainly just to come in and clean up. Phenomenal hit to Tuco, really fun to watch. Here we have Stormed, and in chat someone said, way to cut the base in half, so I immediately had to watch this attack. So notice this entire center section of defenses spanning from bottom left to top right. He's going to Spirit Walk all the way through the core of this base. So sends in the RC, using an Earthquake to soften up some of these defenses so the RC can get more value, using the invisibility spells to make some of these defenses temporarily invisible so that he can move past them onto a new defense, and his Electro Boot aura will encompass more defenses, and the Electro Boot's aura does damage itself, so this is a better, more economical way to kill more defenses faster when you're doing a Spirit Walk. So now he uses the haste, powering through, gonna come all the way up to the top right and take out this scatter shot. So absolutely phenomenal plan by Storm. This is just absolutely insane to see this base get cut in half like this. Pretty hilarious to watch too. So now this base is pretty much right. It's pretty much gone, right? So now all he has to do is send in his drags and clean up. So he's got his main focus of drags up here at 9 o'clock, and they're pushing from 9 to 12. Gonna take out this entire section. Wants to remove the multi-archer towers, wants to get the new defense, he wants to get the Monolith, multi-gear tower, enemy minion prints. He wants all of those tough defenses eliminated with his main push. Got the siege barracks down here at 6. Siege barracks to remove this 6 o'clock compartment. And now he's going to be basically ending on the town hall. The one thing that would have been additionally cool is if he brought a wall breaker to open up this compartment for the town hall for the BK, because I bet the BK would have eliminated the town hall too. But I'm sure he knew that this base was cooked, and he did not have to do that to triple it. Because look at this, he sent in those rocket loons to snipe that air defense up top. He still has the BK spiky ball ability. He still has the minion prince ability. And yeah, he's about to be using the minion prince to cover up this town hall. BK spiky ball. Now it's just a town hall left. One multi Inferno tower. Base is absolutely wrecked. Hilarious seeing a base get cut in half like that. Awesome, phenomenal base recognition. Just awesome plan and execution. Really hard to pull that off. And that's another thing. I've been noticing a lot of our guys that do the spear walks with the drags are switched to using the metal pants. So we'll have to explore that later. Alright, so here we have Sonic, and he's doing some Root Riders. Coming in, setting a funnel here at 3 o'clock. And notice this Monolith. Monolith does not have anything really protecting it. He's going to drop a skeleton spell in front of the Monolith with the log launcher to shoot logs and kill that Monolith, and then open up that section where the hook is for the AQ to push all the way up towards the town hall. So this is another phenomenal base recognition job. So RC is recalled, and he's going to be dropping an EQ over top of the Monolith and the hook defense, as well as the wall, to help the logs from the log launcher open it up. In comes the EQ, log launcher down, skeleton spell out in front protecting the log launcher, and notice where he placed the AQ. He placed the AQ at 3 because the AQ is going to wrap from 3 to right about 130 and then come into the base behind the log launcher. And notice the Root Riders. The Root Riders come in from 12. And the Root Riders are cutting off the AQ's pathing, so she comes in directly behind the log launcher. Log launchers consist of 3 Yetis, so he's got a bunch of tanking in front of the AQ to push into the core, and he's got the Root Riders and Valks and BK tanking at the side of the AQ to help her push into the core as well. So Super Drag comes out, poison, eliminates the Super Drag. Root Riders are just absolutely shredding this base. He's got the BK on the outside, clearing up the trash to keep the Valks in behind the Root Riders, because the Valks are responsible for doing most of the damage, as Root Riders don't do much damage themselves. So RC is also in the mix. RC goes to ability, using the Rocket Spear to try to outrange some of these defenses. And the nice thing about the Rocket Spear is essentially the E-brake for the RC. A lot of times the RC will push up in front of your main group of troops, where she no longer benefits from your army tanking and protecting her. So using the Rocket Spear is a great way to pull the RC E-brake to allow your main army to push out in front of her and protect her. So notice RC pushes out again, able to take out this Ricochet Cannon, just has the Scatter Shot left, BK Spiky Ball ability at the end of the raid to classily finish it off. Awesome hit to Baby Bang, aka Sonic. And here was the war that we needed to win to get promoted in Supernova. And notice Eve Maxi went 2 for 2 on both of his accounts, and then Keezer finished it up. And Maxi has recently switched to using the Spirit Drags as well. So he's coming in, and he's going to go right for this Town Hall. Makes his RC invisible, Spirit Fox as well. Always fun trying to cover both. And notice where he uses his haste vial. He's going to use it right now so that his RC uses the haste and all the quick shots on the high hit point Town Hall. And this makes it so his RC does not become a pinball, bouncing back and forth between low hit point to low hit point defenses. So often, whenever you are encountering the Town Hall, which is the highest hit point defense in the game, it's beneficial to use your haste vial then and there, and that way your RC stays a lot more controlled. So RC is finishing up this multi-arch tower, about to push in towards these air sweepers. After eliminating the hook, covers up the enemy ice golem from the CC so that the RC can push past. Gonna eliminate this fire spitter. Also gets that poison spell. Shoots the giant arrow through the remaining air sweeper. He's also got the siege barracks, and he's got the frosty on the AQ, and he wants the frosty on the AQ because he needs these frost mites to stall up this ricochet cannon. If you do not have the frosty or something out in front to tank the ricochet cannon will kill your AQ very quickly. But you got to be careful when encountering a ricochet cannon, because even if you bring the giant out in front of the AQ to what you would think be stall up the ricochet cannon, the first shot does less damage than the second shot. So actually what you're doing by bringing the giant is you're making the ricochet more deadly for your AQ. So it's very beneficial to bring the frosty for the frost mites to deal with that defense specifically. So he's got one drag working over here solo, finishing up this multi-inferno tower. Main force of drags up here at the top right. He's got Dark Crown on his minion prince, so that when his drags die, his minion prince regains health, does more damage, and attacks quicker. So basically giving his minion prince a rage spell. So base absolutely wrecked, overwhelmed, awesome hit to Maxi, especially clutch hits when we needed a win. So very nicely done. Finishing up these last two buildings, and we'll be on to our last attack, which is Boomer, clan lead. He's 6 for 7, perfect in C1 CWL, and he's trying to go 7 for 7. And this is the cliffhanger from the previews. And we're going to see if his queen can clutch up 2 multi-infernos and a monolith, or if he's going to fail. So he sends in RC from top right. RC's job is to go directly towards this town hall and remove the town hall. However, he's got the enemy BK, enemy minion prince, Gigabomb, a lot of damage next to this town hall. So makes the town hall invisible because he knows that the aura can eliminate the town hall while he takes up the expo. Enemy minion prince gets one shot while the RC was temporarily not invisible. RC goes down with 4 invisibility spells left. Drops the siege barracks up here over at 3. Drags from 12 to 1. And there is a lot of base left. Notice 2 rage compartment sections in this base remaining. So he's going to have to play this pretty flawlessly the rest of the way out to even have a chance at tripling this and going perfect in C1 CWL. So notice those air defenses. He's going to come in with a very nice giant arrow to eliminate both of those. So notice his AQ placement. AQ's got to take out the elixir collector, then that trash building, another elixir collector, and on the mortar, use giant arrow, eliminate both air defenses, and clean up a bunch of trash from those 2 compartments. So now hopefully his drags will be able to work through and eliminate one of these rage tower sections, or both. Sends in some rocket loons to get out in front of the AQ so that they will tank the monolith for his archer queen. So this was absolutely clutch in the raid. His minion prince dies, goes to Phoenix, that's alright, was able to eliminate the archer tower, multi-archer tower, and the scatter shot. And now notice the frosty and rocket loon combination were able to stall up this monolith enough to get his AQ to sneak past this compartment alive. So now he's got 2 multi-inferno towers, he's got a monolith, and he's got 2 wall sections he's got to get through. And now he's got the longest 40-some seconds of his life. So working through this wall, just nothing he can do. AQ takes out the first multi-inferno. And right now, just checking to see if the monolith would reach the AQ before she targets the second wall, and the monolith does not. Notice the health of the monolith, only going to take a few shots, but he's going to either target the multi-inferno or the monolith, and hopefully he targets the monolith. AQ targets the multi-inferno, got quite a bit of health left on the multi-inferno, goes to the monolith, and the monolith kills AQ, but her last shot eliminates the monolith and Boomer goes perfect. Absolutely insane hit. Must have been some blood boiling on that one. So awesome hit to the guys. Just cannot stress what a great job they did. Enough. 5 for 5. First place finishes in July CWL. Thanks for watching, guys, and if you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Thanks.